Hello guys, welcome and welcome back to the #1 DIY relocation platform. I am your girl Thlologelo, promise Rampa, and this is Relocate to Australia with Promise. I'm not an agent, guys. It's a disclaimer. I say this all the time, so I'm gonna say this again. I'm not an agent, you guys. I've never been. I'm just a girl from South Africa that has relocated without using an agent because I could not afford one. I have done this whole process myself, and I'm saying to you guys, you can also do the same. So if you want to know how you can relocate by yourself, doing it yourself, this is the channel to be at. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content on how you can relocate wherever you want to go. So yes, guys, as you already know by now, today we're going to be talking about the big elephant in the room that nobody is addressing, but we all know might just be in the room. The relocation scam, okay? I've been getting people sending me messages on my social media and also on my comment section saying, Promise, please help me find an agent who's going to help me relocate. I've not used an agent. I do know where to find agents. Told you, you just Google them. They're all over the place. They're everywhere. Very simple to find them. But the problem is, if you do that, there's a very high chance of you also finding them scammers, because scammers are just everywhere. Anywhere where there's money involved, somebody's going to want to trickle some bad. So that's why it is very important for you guys to be very vigilant and very careful when you're engaging with these people. Most of relocation agents are not within the country that you would be at. They can literally be in the country where you are or international. It is very difficult if you cannot visit that office and see them live, or okay, these are the people that I'm going to be sending my money to. If it is an organization that is not within your country, you having to make sure that these people are legit can be a stressful process. Not really, but if you don't know and you are not informed, you might lose a lot of money because you fell into the trap. So if you don't want that to happen to you, keep watching, okay? So the big question, guys, here is, how do you know if you are getting scammed? So, okay, let me give you a couple of scenarios, right? So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be giving you these two scenarios. I've had engagement with a couple of people, but I've picked out these ones because I'm like, okay, these ones are very clear, or this is fishy. So I had this one guy send me through an email. I think it was from Nigeria. And he was saying to me, okay, fine, he wants to relocate with his family and had been engaging with an immigration agent. Fine, no problem. I think he said he wanted to go to Canada. Fine, okay, no problem. So he said that this person that he's in communication with told him that he will be able to get a visa, a job, and they will also pay for his and his family's flight tickets to wherever they want to go. All they just need to do is pay a certain amount. Okay, fine. So I'm like, okay, fine. With this job, did they ask you what your skills were? It's like, yeah, well, we did have a bit of a conversation about what my skills were, however many years of experience. And the person asked, how much do I have planned to relocate? And he was like, okay, I gave this person the amount that I have saved. And the person said that you needed to just add a bit extra. And then this person is now going to look for a loan in order to supplement and then pay this person so that they can do everything for them. All right, no problem. So I was like to this guy, okay, did you then go through an interview process? And did this person explain what visa you're going to be getting and all of that? And he was like, no, this person said I should not worry about anything. They're going to be paying for everything for me. I just need to pay this amount. So they're going to be getting the visa for me and all of that. Did you go through an interview? No, I didn't. Hi, bo. Hi, friend. This one does not sound good. And they said to me, well, I don't know, because we're really desperate. We really want to leave, but we just want to make sure that, we're making the right decision. And I was like, look, fam, I cannot advise you to not do it or to do it. That is on you, because I am not an agent. So I cannot say this is the right way. I've not heard of such, but I don't know. You decide. One thing that I will tell you, for me, I was on some, this is a scam, this is a scam. Because there's hell no way you can relocate somewhere without, you are going to get a job without an interview. It does not happen like that. The minute someone tells you, no, you're going to be getting this visa, fully paid, everything, even flight tickets, there's hell no way you are going to get a job without an interview like that. My friend, either you are buying that job or there is no job, okay? You have to be very careful. So I was like to him, obviously, I'm not an immigration agent, so I cannot advise you to continue or not to continue. It is really up to you, but you really do need to make sure that you are engaging with the right people. So this person was about to pay this money. I'm not even too sure if they did, because we lost communication afterwards, because I was like, hey, man, I don't know. You have to make that decision, but Ask the right questions. And I feel so very bad for this guy, because imagine taking your life savings and even worse, going to get a loan to supplement. Hey, Marabatu. And then you give this person money and then it's gone. Because I was like to this guy, okay, are these people in Nigeria? Like, can you go to their offices and make sure that you can see them live and you make that payment with them and see them? And he was like, no, they are in Canada and they're looking for people. And I'm like, so you can't even go to confirm if it is them and it is legit? No, child. So I don't know where that guy ended up, and I do hope that he did not pay that money, because I'm like, this does not sound good at all. And then I had another lady also that has I think she contacted me through Facebook, and then she explained to me that I think she's in the beauty industry. So she explained to me that I think there was somebody that wanted to hire her. I think it was Perth. So she's like, it's a sponsored job. So I'm going to sponsor you. So basically, I'm going to be your employer, saying that I'm giving you a job so that immigration can then grant you a visa. So I was like, okay, sponsored job meaning what? So this lady was like, okay, fine. This person is going to then sponsor my visa. So we're going to do the whole TSS process. Okay, fine. But this person said to them, you need to pay for that visa, your flights and everything to come here, and you're just going to work for me. So I was like, okay, all right. Will you then get reimbursed? Will they give you back the money that you spent? Because with sponsorship, you have to get that money back. And then she was like, no, I'm just going to be working for them. I was like, okay. That might not be your typical scam, but the employer is scamming you if it is real. Because with a TSS visa, and if you don't know what the TSS visa is, I'm going to link that up for you guys, and you can also find it on my description. It might just be a scam. Why? It's because in Australia, if you're going to be sponsored, your employer has to pay for everything, whatever agreement that you have with your employer. Sometimes it might just be the visa, and then you just have to pay for your own flight tickets. It depends on what the agreement is, but with a TSS visa or a sponsored visa, your employer pays for everything. And sometimes everything means just the visa, right? And it really does depend on what the agreement is between you and your employer. But it is not a sponsored visa if you are going to be paying everything yourself. So your employer might just be scamming you. And I know sometimes people are desperate and people are looking to get out, and that's how people end up getting scammed. But if it is a sponsored visa, guys, you don't pay for it. And I said to this lady, I cannot advise you to do it. The only thing that I will tell you that I know is that with a sponsored visa, your employer has to pay for it. And I did alert her of some of the challenges that she could experience. For example, she comes here, she pays for this visa, this flight tickets and the TSS and whatever, for this employer. This employer can literally do anything and anything they want with you, because they have you literally here. That time you have paid for that visa, but they can overwork you. And if you're working for someone that is okay with breaking the rules, what else? So I was like to this lady, and at any point in time, should you have an issue and want to address it with the employer, they can always be like, I'll cancel your visa. That time, you are the one who paid for it. I know we are desperate, but don't allow it to get to that situation. Other typical scams are obviously the ones where people are telling you, I can sell you a visa, and then you can buy your own tickets and whatever, and then you just have to fly through. Hey guys, I don't know, maybe with other countries a visa can be sold to you, but a visa that is being sold, hey guys, anything that can be sold like that, for me, I feel like it is too risky, because these things are expensive. And one thing that I know that people do, they go into this whole relocation thing with this thing of, it is expensive there, so I should expect to pay money. That's okay, but make sure that you're paying your money to the right people who are going to get you to where you need to get. But never ever pay for a job. You know what? In the world that we live in, anything and everything is possible. But buying a visa and a job, especially international affairs, hey, Mona, you don't want people coming knocking at your door in the middle of the night asking you to pack up to go home. If you do manage to come here with a bought visa or whatever, it might catch up to you and you might live life on the edge if it really does happen and you are not being scammed. But usually that is a red flag to say, that is a scam. So you should know if something is a scam. Like, something inside of you must tell you. Like, there must be blinkers inside of you. Your internalness, your immune system must be like, yay, wait, nah. All of a sudden you start coughing every time you get an email from that person, because your immune system is telling you this one is a scam. So what should you do to make sure that you don't get scammed? Number one, for me, which I feel is very important, do not be desperate. I know sometimes when we relocate from wherever we are, we are very desperate. We really want to get out of the situations that we are in. But be very careful, because if you are very desperate, it is then very difficult for you because your brain is clouded. Like everything is just going on and is amplified. So it is very difficult then for you to see things that might be obvious. So try to not be desperate. And as I told you guys in all my videos, relocating is long and it is daunting. So you need to have that patience. Desperation and patience, they don't live in the same neighborhood, okay? They are enemies. Enemies at war. So you need to choose a side, desperation or patience, okay? My advice, choose patience, because when you're patient, then you're able to pace yourself and see, or okay, this is what's going on. Let me just give it time. And with time, things always unfold. So make sure that you are patient. Instead of being desperate, be patient. Number 2, always ask the right and the wrong questions. Ask all of them. This is your money we're talking about, okay? So if you're going to decide to use an agent, or even if it's going through a job interview, ask the right questions. Ask those questions. Like, let's say, for example, somebody's interviewed you, right? And they're saying that it is a sponsored job. You need to know how much you're going to be getting from that sponsorship, because it's going to help you with making your decision and preparing you financially for when you come to Australia or wherever else you'll be going in the world. So do ask those questions. So, okay, fine, I do understand you're sponsoring me. So what are you going to be paying for and what should I pay? You can ask your employer. If they say to you, fine, you pay for everything and we'll reimburse you, how long will it take for you to reimburse me? Okay, the minute we get here. Okay. And when you receive your contract, before you sign it, make sure you see it written on that contract to say that you are being sponsored and this is the amount that you're being sponsored. They are going to pay you when you get here. You need to see it. And it has to have within however many days of you arriving and claiming. You must make sure that it is written there before you sign that contract. So ask all the necessary questions. If you're working with an agent, ask questions all the time. And if you feel like your agent is not addressing your questions, address it with your agent. An agent is not a robot, just a human being like me and you. So they are able to answer questions. And if you're going to be paying someone to render you a service, you can ask questions. So you say to them, okay, fine, this is how much you've charged me. Okay, so what is it exactly that I'm paying for? And okay, fine, I'm paying for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, no problem. What is the next amount that's going to be paid? What is the next amount and what am I going to be getting out of it? It is okay for you to ask those questions. And you can always ask questions like, okay, fine, as my agent, will you be getting me a job? Yes, no. If it is a yes, how will you be doing it? Will I be going through interviews? If no, ask questions. Always ask questions. Number 3, I really do believe this. The only way you will not get scammed is if you do this whole thing yourself. So you do the whole relocation process yourself. You look for a job yourself. You find flight yourself. Literally everything, you do it yourself. That bulletproof. No one is going to scam you. No one is going to scam you because you've done this thing yourself. You've taken charge of your relocation journey. And I do advocate for that. That's why I've got this channel. I say to you guys, you can relocate without using an agent or without getting somebody to help you to get to where you need to get. If you want to make sure that you don't get scammed in anything you do when relocating, do everything yourself. Come and subscribe to my channel and do this DIY thing yourself, okay? Do this thing yourself like we did. My husband and I, we did this thing ourselves. It is possible. You can do it. It is long, it is daunting, but it is possible. Bulletproof. No one is going to scam you because you did it yourself. The other thing again, when you are going to be looking for an agent, guys, always compare the prices. Don't just settle with one. I had this one person on my comment section saying, Promise, can you help me find an agent? And I told him, you just have to go into Google. But don't settle with one. Don't settle with the first one. Always compare prices. Always be like, okay, fine. Let me try this one. Let me try this one. Let me try this one. But as I said, you need to be very careful because the more you do that, the more the chances of you getting or running into a scammer goes up. Let's say, for example, you got quotes from 5 people. 1 or 2 of them might be scammers. You never really know. But the only thing that you just need to make sure is you do your due diligence and you know that you are dealing with the right people. The other thing you can do, try and get an agent that is within the country that you are at, because then you are able to then go visit their offices. That's a bit tricky though, because one thing that we have learned being from South Africa is that people can set up shop and have an office but still scam you. They have an office fully equipped with posters and employers, even the receptionists, they have them. You go in there, they interview you and they're like, okay, pay this amount just once off. Kind of they've made it a point, or we are going to set up this office here for a full month. As long as we make 500,000 that month, we are gone. We can go to another location. Hey, people out here are serious. I'm not giving you ideas. I'm just telling you things that we have seen to have happened to people, where you go into an office and you really do believe that those people are legit. You talk to a guy wearing a suit, man, and they speak that English, that good one. And they're like, I know, you just sign here, do this, do that, pay this once off amount. You'll be fine. You'll get everything will be done. And then yada, yada, yada. And then you're like, okay, fine. I see these people. I know them. Next week, you go back there. Shop to let. Pooh, gone. Money, pooh, gone. One other very important thing is that you need to ask for that immigration agent's registration number. In Australia, they have this thing called MARA. I do know that other countries also have their own regulating bodies. I'll have a video that discuss that fully so that we can go into it. But I know that in Australia, they have this thing called MARA, M-A-R-A. It is the body that regulates immigration agents here in Australia. Different countries have different ones. So make sure that you do have that right to ask your agent for that number. I'm not too sure if you are able to check with the regulating body if it is legit, but I'm pretty sure you can. I'm not yet too sure. As I said, I'll be doing my research and coming back to you guys with the information. Also looking at other countries' regulatory boards for immigration agents. I'll come back to tell you guys what I want, but make sure that you do get that registration number when you're going to be paying somebody to offer you a service, and make sure that you find a way to ensure that that number is legit, because people can just make up a number and they can say, yes, we are registered. And you find out that Jonas is not registered and Jonas is gone with your money. So you have to make sure that you do your due diligence. Guys, I did not know what due diligence was until I came to Australia. Abelungu in English. The other thing that you have to be very careful of, if that conversation is too short and too good to be true, and this person is giving you the right things, like everything is just flowing on the phone, and they can just give you a rough estimate about how much you're going to pay over the phone, and they give you an account number and say, put this money in here. Run, balega, ngenyawo zombili, run. It is a scam. Don't trust such things. Anything that seems too good to be true, child. Or the other thing where the person will be asking you for a huge deposit, where they're like, okay, fine, in order for you to relocate, it will be 150,000, but you can pay half that amount once off, and then we'll pay the other later on. And you're like, this deposit is too big. Guys, deposits are not supposed to be huge amounts. It's supposed to be big, and then we'll talk about the rest of the money as we go. But if the deposit is too big, chances are that person wants to make a big hit and they are gone, because they know the full amount sometimes might be too much. So you might feel like you're getting a discount thing, Anna. If somebody's going to say that they are offering you a discount, run away. There's no discount in immigration. Run away. Run. There's no run. I want a discount. There's no discount in immigration. No one can tell you this is how much, but today is a special offer. There's no special offer in immigration. Fool, run away. There's no special offer in immigration. Run away. This is not a competition. Run. Make sure that the people that you're engaging with have a website. But the other thing is Scammers, professional scammers are out there, people. Let's say, for example, you are speaking to these people maybe on email or via phone, and you do go onto their website and you see everything. Try and email those people, not using the contact that you had with those people, not using the phone numbers or the email address that you got from those people that you were talking to. Try and use what you're seeing on the website. And I do know sometimes, with professional scammers, they will have websites and they will have like a whole system that they are running, and you end up falling for that trap even though you do get into their website. That's why I'm saying, when you engage with these organizations, there are regulating bodies. So make sure that you do get in communication and in contact with those regulation bodies to make sure that you are engaging with the right people. All in all, guys, what I will tell you is that you have to be very careful. Like, this world is a shark eat shark world. So people won't feel sorry for you, and they do not care if they're going to be taking your money because they want your money. You can immigrate without an agent, and that is one of the ways in which you can stay away from being scammed, okay? If you are a person that does not have time to be watching all these videos and doing this whole process yourself, and you're like, okay, I do have the money to pay for an agent, make sure you do your due diligence, ne? And make sure that you are also in tune with yourself, because I always feel like our bodies tell us if there's something wrong or something fishy going on. Like, your body will tell you. I always feel like your body tells you, more, this thing that you are doing is going to get you burnt. So make sure that you are in tune with yourself, and you pray a lot, and you shisa them people, and you talk to your ancestors, you talk to your God or whoever you're talking to guide you and lead you, and to make sure that you are having the right conversations with the right people. And if you do end up getting scammed, learn the lesson and move on, and don't do it again. If you get scammed, shame, it is not a curse and you are not bewitched, and no, it is not. You were just not careful, and that's still okay. Just learn that lesson and move on. If something is sometimes too good to be true, there's a huge chance that it might be too good to be true. So be very in tune with yourself. Pray about it. Listen to your body signals. When your body tells you this is the wrong turn, wrong turn, you listen to your body. You listen, because sometimes your body is alerting you that there's something wrong. So be very in tune with yourself. But number one is for you to do it yourself. That way, bulletproof. No one is going to scam you, because you know where you're putting your money. So that's it from me this week, guys. I hope you've learned something. And if I've missed anything, do let me know on my comment section. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Until I see you again next week. Bye-bye.